Today we're going to be making a keto-friendly hamburger cauliflower casserole. So all I'm doing now, I'm just breaking the cauliflower apart and I'm going to wash it. I'm coring it as we speak, and then I'm going to put this in a pan and I'm going to get it started kind of a parboil. I don't want it cooking all the way on the stove top because I am going to add everything to the casserole. And so all I'm going to do here is clean it and then put this cauliflower setting to boil. So these, I'm going to use about a cup. So I'm going to take these onions and I'm going to put them into my hamburger. And I'm just going to continue to cook this up. I've got it on kind of a high setting because I wanted to brown it. So I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And I'm just going to cook the onions and the hamburger together. And then we'll start putting the casserole together. So this ground beef was actually very lean. So I've got it right where I want it at this point. So I'm just going to take it off this little heat source, and I'm going to set it aside until my cauliflower is just a little bit softer to the touch. Now, if you aren't a fan of cauliflower, you can easily substitute this for broccoli or cabbage or zucchini. Whatever it is that you enjoy, feel free to substitute it. It's going to come out really good. I think the cauliflower and cabbage are especially good, but you pick the vegetables that work for you. Now let's make some magic happen. So what I have is some cream of chicken soup, and I've also got some fire roasted tomatoes. I'm actually going to add both of those to a bowl, and I'm going to mix them together with a few seasonings. Now, this is a recipe that I came up with on my own. I really just put the things in that I really enjoy. And so there's really not a lot of measuring to this, but I think if you try it, you're gonna see it's really good. So I'm gonna put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in. I've got some garlic powder with parsley. I'm gonna add a little bit of that. That's just my oven preheating. These are my homestead patch herbs. They're the herbs that I put together from my garden. They're rosemary, oregano, Italian parsley, and just all kinds of good stuff. And then I've got some ground black pepper. So I'm gonna put that in there and just give that a little stir. This is so yummy. You just can't even imagine with so few ingredients how much flavor this particular recipe has. So all I'm gonna do is put a little bit of my sauce down on the bottom. So this is to a pan that I've sprayed with some cooking spray. I'm just gonna kind of move some of this along the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna add a little bit of my cauliflower. I actually took the whole cauliflower and just, put it into pieces, just the little florets that it came with. Now I'm actually gonna kind of break these up a little bit. You can see they're kind of cooked down a little, not too much. They're kind of fork tender, but they're not cooked as much as if I was, fixing them to eat for dinner. So I just wanna cover the bottom of the pan. Now I'm gonna put in some of my meat mixture. I'm gonna put in about half of that. Like so. My meat and onion mixture. And then I've got a little bit of my cheese mixture. Well, it's not a cheese mixture, it's actually just delicious shredded cheese. I'm gonna put that liberally right over the top. And then I'm gonna put the rest of my cauliflower right on top of that. It's kind of hot, so I gotta be careful. Don't really like getting burned, but it happens sometimes. I get in such a hurry come dinner time, I can't hardly wait to eat. You know how that goes. Sometimes we're hungry, I don't know. takes a little bit of work getting it all together sometimes, but that's one of the things I really love about making casseroles. I actually make a lot of them because I can eat what I want for a day or two, and the rest of it I freeze, and then I've got something I can take out, and it's just a delicious dinner come, you know, throwing it in the microwave. So I'm just gonna put the rest of my meat mixture on here, my meat and onions. Make sure to get all those yummy onions out of there. And I'm just gonna spread those over the top, like so. This is such a good dinner, and I am not kidding. Now I'm just gonna put the rest of my sauce over it, just like this. This yummy, delicious sauce. It's gonna kind of ooze down after it cooks. It is gonna make the most delicious tasting casserole. So the last thing that we're gonna do, I'm just gonna cover it all the best that I can and put a little bit more cheese on it. Now everything in here is pretty much cooked, so I don't really have to do much. I am just gonna put it in the oven for about 30 minutes. I'm just gonna let it cook up a little bit more to cook the cauliflower a bit more and melt the cheese, and then I'll show you how it looks as soon as it's done. This is what it looks like before it goes in the oven. So while I'm waiting for my casserole to cook up, I'm just gonna throw together a quick salad. I'm gonna take care of these dishes so everything's done when it's time to eat. So I decided to pass on the salad tonight. Instead, I'm gonna have some cottage cheese and peaches. These are my Alberta peaches that I can, and most honestly, these are the best peaches I've ever had in my life. I've had a lot of canned peaches, never have I had any as sweet as this. So this is my casserole. I wish you could smell it in here. It smells just so wonderful, and this is gonna be such a delicious dinner. I am so excited for it, and there's gonna be plenty for leftovers for lots of other nights. So I'm just gonna serve up a big portion. I only eat twice a day. I haven't eaten since this morning, and I am starving. So this is my delicious casserole. You can see it steaming, and I've got a couple of yellow pear tomatoes out of my garden. Those are also so sweet, and some peaches and cottage cheese. So I'm just gonna take a very small bite of this. I can see the steam coming off of it. I know it's like super, super hot. Try to get a little bite of the cauliflower and the beef. This is a keeper. You're gonna love it. And these tomatoes, they are so sweet. I might have a couple more. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please give this delicious casserole a try. It's worth the effort. It's so good, so healthy, and so delicious. So see you next time. Bye-bye.